Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Now we're 1 week away from the big Black Friday promo event in FC25, but there's one promo that stands in our way until we get there. FC Pro Live, which looks like it's going to be the exact same type of promo as last year, which we're going to explain today how these cards work. Basically, a pro plays FC. They win, these cards get upgraded. It's as simple as that, but we'll look into all the details and the full leaked team with official stats and playstyles. But my question is, how is EA going to make this one different? How is this weekend going to be a good weekend on this game? And there's a couple of leaks that, I don't know, this could be interesting this weekend, guys. We have a weekend league objective. EA leaked in the game already, but it's not out yet. Maybe it's coming early today. We've got an icon player SBC, a flashback, and other FC Pro Live content to look forward to. Of course, usually promo Fridays include evolutions and objectives as well. So there's a lot to look forward to today, but there's also a lot to look forward to on the market, and maybe more so another time to prepare before prices drop even further for the Black Friday market crash. We're going to talk more about that and how you can maybe still make some coins this weekend too. If you're excited for it today, drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. Quickly, let's end off Track Stars by talking about yesterday's Thursday content, which actually dropped us maybe one of the best objectives that we've had during this promo. Relay rewards. Now it expires today at content, so make sure you check this out if you want to get it done. But the thing about this is, it's super easy to complete these objectives. Play 1 squad battles, 1 rivals, score an assist in a rush match, and then win 3 in any game mode, and you get actually some okay packs. It's not just a 75 times 2, it's a 75 times 5, another one of those, a 75-3, and a 75-7, along with a group reward of an 81-5. Those are nice packs for it being as easy as it is. I have no qualms with that. Get that done before content today, and maybe save them for the new promo, or rip them during while these Track Stars cards are still in packs before they go away. Now, to SBCs really quickly, we did have 2 new challenges yesterday, marquee matchups, which really wasn't that great, at least in my opinion. And then we had the EFL Her Game 2 Kit SBC. Was this the first Kit SBC of the year? It might have been. I don't know if I recall seeing another Kit SBC. Maybe there was, but I usually skip on those, and I'm probably skipping on that one as well. Now, the player SBC from yesterday is making more waves than I actually thought it was going to. Francisco, who I believe goes by the name of Chico, and he's got some hype, guys, not only for his card, but I think in real life as well. But this card, 5-star skills, 3-star weak foot, quick step plus, and 95 pace. I think it's the pace that is garnering the hype for this player. Inside forward plus plus. He's got decent playstyles. He's got the trickster. He's got the quick step plus, rapid, technical, and flair as well. And then, of course, you look at his stats. He's pace, he's agility, balance, lacking big time in composure, a little bit in reactions. Passing is okay. Shooting, you can get by with it. And here's the issue. 6 squads. Personally, I have Marcus Rashford in my team through an Evo that was free. I think it was free, or maybe it was 20, 30K. I don't remember what it was. But he looks almost the exact same card, minus a little bit of pace. This guy's coming in at 139,000 coins. He's very thumbs up on Footbin. People are really liking this card. And another reason to know people are liking this card is, take a look at right wings on the game. Pulisic was 170,000 coins yesterday, dropped off a freaking cliff. He's now 126K. Other right wings across the game as well, specifically in the Serie A, but other right wings as well are down in value because of this Francisco card. Honestly, guys, I'm a little taken aback here. I don't think this SBC is anything super special. I mean, if this card was 60K or 75,000 coins and 3 squads instead of 6, then I'd be like, sure, do them for a nice little super sub. And maybe it's the links to Thuram, maybe it's the Portuguese links as well to the Nuno Tavares that people maybe are using in their teams still from Serie A. I get it. There's some decent links to be had here. But personally for me, this isn't a card that's going to last super long in my team. But if it's interesting to you and it's a card, a player that you want to use, absolutely go ahead and do it. Don't let me stop you. But I'm a little surprised at how much hype that card is getting. Definitely because of how much right wings are dropping on the market. Now, let's get into today's content, right? That was quick. That was easy. What's going to be interesting about today on Friday? Firstly, I want to start off by talking about an objective. Not normally where we start, right? For a promo Friday today, we had leaks yesterday about a flashback Joao Felix and a moments Richarlison being a part of a weekend league objective. Shout out to Rick, who posted this a couple of hours ago. I was not on the game. He was, and EA leaked the FC Pro objective themselves. Unless this is fake, but I think it looks pretty real. This goes right along with the leaks that we had yesterday too. A moments Richarlison and a flashback Joao Felix available from FUT Champs objective rewards. They've done this in the past, right? Especially if you remember last year at the end of the year during Team of the Seasons, there were always, though, those objective players where if you played FUT Champs with maybe certain players in your team, or if you just gotten a certain number of wins, you got extra rewards. And this says FC Pro Champs objective has unique rewards featuring moments for Richarlison, flashback Joao Felix, and packs as well. Now here's the issue. Allegedly, this Richarlison gets you, you get that card after winning 10 games of FUT Champs finals, and that is supposedly this weekend and next weekend. So it's 2 weekend leagues, 30 games for finals that you would have to get these rewards. 10 wins gets you Richarlison, and 22 of those 30 games, if you win 22, that'll get you this Joao Felix, which that card actually does look cracked, although he does have an Atletico Madrid dynamic. I don't know how EA is getting past that with a Chelsea card of Joao Felix. Anyways, that card looks really good. If you guys remember Showdown Joao Felix last year, that card was cracked. He's got technical plus there, but that card is going to be really difficult to obtain, and a lot of people are not going to be able to do it. Now, the real thing that I'm interested in with this today is if and whenever it drops, which I'm guessing right now, you guys watching this video might already see it in game if it's out. It might not be out yet, but it would make sense for this to drop at the start of Weekend League. If it's going to be related to this weekend, not next weekend and the weekend beyond, but this weekend and next weekend, the 2 weekends in a row, it would probably be dropping today at the start of FUT Champs. So watch out for that. But the thing I'm most interested in is, does it actually tell you or require you to play with players from the Premier League? Since that is a Premier League Richarlison and a Premier League Joao Felix, is that a part of the requirements for the objective, or is it just win this many games? So if there are Prem requirements, there could be some Premier League cards that move on the market today. That'd be something I'd be watching out for. So that's an early market tip to something to see there. But, you know, if there's no requirements, there probably wouldn't be too much movement. So I wanted to mention that first because that could be one of the first things that we see today on this game. Now, let's get into the FC Pro live cards, which we are seeing in packs today as the track stars go away. We've already got a card design in here as well. It's a decent looking card design. And once again, remember, these cards are live. Let's talk about this promo a little bit. This is the full team of leaked players. Gabriel Jesus, Victor Osimhen, Benzema, Saudi League, continuing a little bit of hype there. Ake, Javi Simons, and Oxlade-Chamberlain and Gravenberch. I think those are 3 or 4 of the most hyped cards in this promo team. A lot of these guys look like they're going to be dirt cheap. I don't know what the pack weight's going to be like. We always say the pack weight's bad for promo cards. That's what we assume, right? Track stars, I packed more fodder track stars than I did for any other promo team, but I'm not expecting these cards to be super packable because they're live, but who knows? A lot of these look like they're going to be, 85, 86 rated cards. Yes, they are live and upgrading, but they look like they're going to be pretty much fodder. Now, these are official stats and playstyle pluses here, but notice not every card gets a playstyle plus, which is interesting when you kind of look at the specific upgrade path that we have here. Now, a couple of the cards I want to highlight. Gravenberch. People have been wanting a Gravenberch special all year long. They did his Evo early in the game. This one has long ball pass plus, and he's 2 defending off of Hullet Gang. EA, just gave him the 2 defending. Come on now. Anyways, 87 passing, 90 dribble, 85 shooting. This might be a really beastly center defensive mid, center mid, box-to-box player in the midfield of this game. He's going to be one of the more expensive ones today, just purely based on the hype. We've also got an Ake card with really good passing and dribbling for our center back. 81 pace, block plus, 88 defending, 85 physical. Tex, by the way, the pro player, is going to be the one who is responsible for upgrades to this card if he can get wins in the FC Pro Open. So that's a really nice Premier League center back there. And then last one I want to point out is Oxlade-Chamberlain. Right wing power shot plus Oxlade-Chamberlain. Maybe a small hint today, if this card actually has hype and if it's something that people really want to try out, depending on the skill moves, the weak foot, stuff like that, other in-game stats and play styles, watch out for English icons, because that's going to be maybe one of the ways that this Oxlade-Chamberlain gets linked in people's squads if they need links with the English nationality, other than the Besiktas links, of course. That'd be a little bit harder to get there. So that's one thing I wanted to point out, but that is the full team. Bino Gittins looks interesting. This team is kind of a smorgasbord of all different leagues and players and nationalities. It's all over the place, but that could make it really fun, especially if you're trying to build somebody or build a team with some certain leagues in it. Now, I want to talk about the upgrade path for these cards that we're seeing today as well. It's actually different than last year, but this is a group play sort of situation. So 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw. Last year, we saw a lot of crazy upgrades and a lot of prices move. We will be looking to invest in these cards later on down the line, probably after Black Friday or maybe a little bit this next week, because I think the first games are happening on Monday. But most of these cards will probably be the best investments after Black Friday has come out, on the weekend after, maybe even the week after. But there are a lot of upgrade potential here, guys. Earning 3 points, +1 overall. Earning 6 points, skill move weak foot. Earning 10 points, a roll ++, and an alternate position. 16 points gets you another overall, and then qualifying to the knockout rounds gets you an overall, a roll plus. And at the very end, whoever wins the FC Pro Open will probably get a second playstyle plus. Not all these cards have one, but some of them do. You never know. They will be willing to give a second playstyle plus and a skill move weak foot upgrade and a +1 overall. Now you're like, Nate, a second playstyle plus, when is this ending? Well, this is ending on Saturday, February 1st. So that'll be like after Team of the Year is out, or during Team of the Year. That is when this will be happening. So they won't be like the first 2 playstyle plus card in the game, but they will be at least early on in that movement, if that so works out, depending on who wins. Again, like Amrabat, no playstyle plus. Forsberg, no playstyle plus. It just kind of depends on who wins. But that's kind of what I wanted to mention to you guys. It looks like these games do kick off on Monday the 25th, and we'll be talking about who to invest in, because it's all about the groups, right? Because each week and each match day, there's certain groups that are going to be playing. It looks like there's 6 players in every group, which means there's more games this year, which means it's probably going to take longer, which means more things for upgrades and more hype for upgrades and more cards out in this game. So, I mean, this promo concept is a cool one, but it's also one that last year I think a lot of people looked down on, myself included, because it wasn't that great of a week of content. And I'll be 100% completely honest. Am I expecting this week of content with these cards specifically to be that hype? I'm really not, because next week's Black Friday, and a lot of times what we see is the week before a massive week, like a Team of the Year, a Team of the Season, or a Black Friday, usually those promos are a little bit more lackluster, not bad, but just kind of like a filler week of content, right? Back in the day, we would have no promos on the weeks before the big promo weekends, as EA would build up the hype for that next one and kind of get us looking forward to that. Instead, now they drop these like filler type of promos. This one still could have some good cards in it though. Now, that's where I want to get talking about next, is the SBCs, because of course SBCs drive a lot of the hype for the promos, especially on Fridays. And we do have one FC Pro Live player who's leaked as an SBC. You maybe have seen this. It is Bowie, the Bayern right back, French links. This one actually, as I look at this card, might be very helpful for my team. I hope this SBC is a very good one today. His card, base gold in the game, looks very good. All EA have to do is give him a good playstyle plus. These are predicted stats, I believe. A good playstyle plus, make it a decent price. He's got great links, great potential. I don't know who his pro player is. I think there is this tweet here if you want to take a screenshot of this. This has got all of the pro players and what player they're linked to. I'm sure there's going to be an official list from EA today. Yuval is the pro player for Sasha Bowie. I'm not a super into the pro scene all the time. And Anders Vergang is going to be controlling the upgrades for this Javi Simons card. That looks very hyped. Tex, as I mentioned, for Manchester City's Ake, and a bunch of other players in here that are obviously very cracked. They deserve to be here, but I don't know all these players that well. I don't follow the pro scene that well, but that one, you know, just you guys can see this here and you can kind of know. Anyways, I hope Bowie gets upgrades. I hope this card is a good SBC today, and I think it would drop today. There's always, it seems, on our promo Friday, an SBC related to the current promo that's dropping. So I don't necessarily think you have to invest for this one. Fodder's pretty low. This will just be a good SBC to craft and could potentially make some other Bundesliga links go up, because there's a little bit of Bundesliga hype that's brewing. The Malen card from the season that a lot of people are taking. Adeyemi, you've got the card that we just looked at there with the Finesse Plus. Javi Simons getting Finesse Plus today. He's going to be one of the biggest cards on display today. So Bundesliga hype may be rising a bit. This card could feed right into it. Now, the other leaked SBCs that we have are a flashback Talisca. And this is an SBC, unlike the Joao Felix allegedly that is in objectives. This is the official card. We just had the latest leak for him. Quickstep Plus is interesting as he's pretty tall. I used, if you guys remember, the radioactive Anderson Talisca last year in FC 24, and it was a very good card, but I think that one had like either finesse or power shot plus. And yeah, Anderson Talisca is 6'3", 4-star, left-footed. He can play a lot of different positions. So this SBC could have some hype. He's kind of a FIFA legend as well. He's had a lot of legendary cards and nostalgia cards in the past. Hopefully it's cheap. Hopefully it's juiced. like in terms of maybe some roll pluses, maybe they boost the skill moves to make this card more interesting and hype as well. And hopefully it's, again, cheap and affordable. The links for this could be interesting. Ronaldo, of course, Mane, other Saudi League players could move a little for this if the SBC is of good value. I don't know if he's coming today, but the fact that we have official stats is kind of interesting. I think in my opinion, Bowie would be today, and maybe Talisca would be today, but if not, maybe they would just do one and then another would come later on in the weekend. Now, the other SBC that is leaked right now is another on this day icon. Now, this is where things get interesting for me because this is now the second on this day icon SBC that we would have had. The first one was Zanetti, and he was a little underwhelming. Of course, Juan Sebastian Veron was underwhelming as well. I just can't imagine this Javi Alonso being that meta of a card. Again, we think about what the on this day icon means. It's basically a flashback for an icon. And like we saw with Zanetti, what they did was they boosted his pace, his passing, and his dribbling, but they took down his defense and physical. What are they going to do for Javi Alonso? Do maybe the same thing? Is that going to make his card really better? Like that card right there, that does not look like a good card. That's a predicted stats card, but it could be realistic to what the SBC looks like. So I'm not trying to make too many assumptions. This is maybe the biggest name icon player in an SBC at Javi Alonso. A lot of people are a fan of him as a manager now, and also back in the day as well. We'll just have to see what that is like when it's dropped. I mean, that could be today. I don't know what day is, very important for Javi Alonso. Could be this weekend, could be today. That's something to watch out for, but I don't think that's worth discussing a whole lot because, to be honest, I don't have high hopes for that based on how the other icon SBCs have been released. Now, just to mention this really quickly, we're definitely getting a new Evo today. Heads up, if you want to do Ballon d'Or Bonmati, I'm going to pass on this. I don't want to spend 90,000 coins to get Technical Plus, but this Evo is going away today. Something's probably going to replace it related to the new FC Pro Live promo. We're definitely going to have something there. And in objectives, we are expecting an objective player today as well, and it might be this Hendricks, which actually could be decent if you need links to Daniel Malen or more Bundesliga links, Stuttgart and Dutch. And I don't know if those are predicted stats or if those are just if they're confirmed or predicted, but that is our objective card allegedly today as well. So that's kind of all the leaks that we have. Again, it's not looking like a wowing crazy day, but that's kind of the expectation that I would feel with this promo and kind of how I would expect it to be. Now let's talk market a bit, because I think there's maybe more of a story here with how prices could move on the market. Of course, prices have gone up a little bit, not everywhere, but some cards have risen up in price just a little bit since we had the big crashes earlier on in the week. And I've got most of my coins pretty liquid. I'm sitting on 4.1 mil. I still have an Adiemi, and I have that Alawayran, which I bought maybe just to test out the waters if we see any rises in price on the Saudi League links. Again, this is a right wing that was down bad because of the Francisco Chico SBC. That's still a card that if you have a Aubameyang, or if you want to use Benzema, Diaby, or the Anderson Talisca, this would be a very easy card to link them with, which is why I picked one up. Thought he dropped down too much. Hopefully he rebounds a bit back today. But this is going to be a good time, if you think about it this weekend, to probably sell out of cards for the Black Friday market crash, because we've seen prices go back up a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. I think it could be a good time to just take the money on some stuff, because throughout this weekend and in the early stages, not sure exactly when the crash is going to start, when it's going to continue, but definitely before we get to Monday or Tuesday, I do expect some bigger drops by then. I think you want to sell out of maybe any last remaining tradable cards that are in your starting 11. This is kind of one of your last warnings, because I just feel like it's going to go further down from here. There's still a lot of hype for sure. It's going to be coming with Black Friday. I know like the hype built up. We had some leaks, and now it's kind of like just we're waiting on it, right? The hype is going to get real once again. Black Friday always brings the juice. There's going to be crazy packs, crazy stuff, crazy content. It's going to be mad. EA always do it bigger and better every single year, and I don't think this year is going to be different. Hopefully not, because yeah, we'll just keep it at that. But we see that every single year, so I think it's a good time to sell out of those cards this weekend, especially the day before we get there. And one thing about today's content as well, if you want to trade a little bit, if you're still looking to make a few coins here or there, maybe while you've sold your team and you're sitting on some coins, I think there's a couple ways you can do that today. Firstly, the easiest low risk way to do it's going to be SBC fodder, because like I mentioned, this is kind of a slower week potentially, but you saw those leaked SBCs, right? EA is going to try to drain our clubs of that fodder before a big pack opening promo like Black Friday. And I'm looking at fodder again. It went up a little bit yesterday, but it's down right now. And I think this is a great opportunity to get in on fodder. Whether it's before content today on bids or after content on bids as well. Store packs get open, people start opening their foot champs rewards as they play the game and get those rewards. I think it will be a good time to bid on fodder today because I still believe heavily that fodder is going to rise up on maybe Saturday, more so Sunday into Monday and Tuesday of this next week, especially on the middle to lower tier with the SBCs that we are getting and probably our biggest icon pack yet. So that's one thing that I think is a safe thing to do today. Always, we talk about this every single week, bidding on fodder cards after content on a promo Friday, an hour after, when people start opening their packs, is always a really, really good way to make some coins. Now, if you want to be a little more risky today and maybe try some flips on the market here or there, it's probably going to be with the track stars, I think, that could bring you some decent profits. Because what if we normally see in this year when a promo comes out on a Friday and the content's not that great? What do we usually see is the promo cards that were out before that, if they were better or seen as better than the ones that are coming out as the newly released cards, end up jumping in price, and a lot of cards in the market end up having a bit of a spike after the content drop. Guys, this has happened so many times this year where we head into a promo Friday, there's prices dropping because people are like, oh my goodness, this new promo is going to be sick. New cards are going to make the other cards fall. And then the new stuff comes out and the new cards are expensive. The SBC's not that great. Evo's not that great. And what happens? The old cards shoot back up for a couple of hours as people go and play their foot champs on a Friday night with cards that they actually want to use. These cards are down bad from yesterday's Division Rivals rewards. I think it's not a guarantee, but I think there's some opportunity here with a few of these to maybe have some rises today. Now, I'm not investing in them right now. I'd wait and see what happens as we head into the content drop. That weekend league objective maybe changes some things a bit, or maybe it doesn't and prices are just kind of flat until content. Whatever the case, I'm going to be just kind of sitting on my coins, waiting until we get closer to content, and then potentially making some buys on cards that, if the content looks like it could swing one way, maybe the Bundesliga hype, maybe I'll look for some Bundesliga cards, or maybe that Anderson Talisca comes out. Maybe I'll look at more Saudi League cards and Aloe Wayrins, right? Some of that stuff that went up for the Aubameyang SBC that people were doing, right? That's kind of something that you could move into as well. If you want to get a little bit riskier with it, then you could go with the track star flips today. Just watch their prices. And then, of course, always love trading with out-of-pack specials. Like Luka Modric is 500,000 coins right now. I just saw that price. Like, that's a price that I just kind of know that I want to buy, because usually he's like 530, 540,000 coins. Is he sitting there at 4? I can't say no. Like right now, I'm only going to buy one. I'd love to buy 4. I'm not that confident in the market, but this is a guy who yesterday sold for 540, 550K multiple times. So I'm going to bank on that, and I'm going to bank on his price moving again today for him to go ahead and do that. I mean, he was sold 540 here. He was 578. That was a rarity spike for sure. He came straight back down to 516. But this guy's, look at his graph. It's a yo-yo, man. That means he's a good card to trade, and we're going to add that one to our transfer targets there too. He would be a good card to watch for, and that's a good type of card you could trade with today on a promo Friday. Quickly, last thing to end the video off is some stuff that's maybe more so related to Black Friday, but I want to get it in front of your guys' eyes and faces and maybe your minds as well to think about it for a second here, because I think it's related to Black Friday, but maybe there's something that comes today. Hero Choice Player Pick Pack. If you were seeing some leaks about a 88 plus hero player pick, that is going to be a store pack, and I don't know if EA can technically drop this pack today, because this says you have to have logged on to Ultimate Team 60 days. The game has barely been out for 60 days, especially it's only been 60 plus days for the early release. It's not even been 60 days since the standard release of this game. Let that sink in for a second. The state of the game, how we feel like it's going, and it's only been 60 days in. That's crazy. Anyway, that player pick I think might be related to Black Friday. It's not going to be cheap at all, but it's going to be in the store in the For You pack section. So that's just something to watch out for there. And then these packs, Squad Battles Mode Mastery, Rivals Mode, Champs Mode Mastery packs. Really curious to see what these are about, but I think it might be related to the new season, and it might be related to Black Friday stuff still, but that will be next week, and again, not this week. So that's one thing I wanted to mention, along with the 80-15 and the 80-30. Those are probably weekend league rewards. So that looks more so like EA preparing for what is to come with the new season and with Black Friday. I don't think any of that's going to be dropping in the store today, but of course we'll be watching the store if EA do something crazy in there. Kind of like last week, we had the 55K player picks that ended up getting me some crazy cards. If EA drops something crazy that we maybe can take advantage of, we will try to stay on top of that as we always do. But that's enough yapping for me on a promo Friday. It's maybe not going to be the craziest, but maybe we'll have something surprise us. We'll have to see, guys. But if you're excited for the promo today, drop a thumbs up on the video. If you're not excited for the promo today, drop a thumbs up on the video as well. I'll be live streaming it at content drop. See if we get anything insane today. We'll look out for that weekly objective, and of course be watching the market, because hey, if there's an opportunity to make a few more coins today, try to get that coin balance closer to 5 mil for me personally, or just grow your coins at all, low budget, big budget, anything. I think today, tomorrow could be some of the last days to do that with multiple different methods. We'll be talking about that all in the live stream today. That link's down below in the description. I will see you guys there. Also, you maybe saw as I scrolled past my team, we did end up crafting that Conceicao SBC, and I need help figuring out how to make her fit in the squad. I'm just putting together different combinations inside of the formation. But if you want to check out that video of us finishing her yesterday, finishing the season, I'll link that right above here. You guys can check that out. There's a fun one for sure, and I can't wait to use her card this weekend league. That's the video for me today, guys. Again, if you're new around here, make sure to drop a subscription to the channel so you don't miss a video, and drop a thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed it at all. I will see you guys in the stream today. It's been TheFutAccountant. Have a happy weekend and a great Friday. Peace.